Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman is back on Capitol Hill. The freshman Democrat returned to D.C. last week after spending 44 days at the Hospital for Clinical Depression. Now his aides say his depression is in remission and he's ready to work. One of the biggest decisions he had to make was whether to wear a suit or a hoodie. By the end of the week, Fetterman figured out the perfect solution. He could wear his usual hoodie and shorts combo, so long as he remains off the Senate floor, where a tie is required. Fetterman also told the Washington Post he plans to use his mental health experience to help pass legislation, saying, quote, depression has become kind of like a policy priority. If even one person can get help as a result, then that's what I want to do.
The timing, and my God, we certainly, we're thinking about not only the Senator Fetterman, and praying for him, but for all those out there that are suffering, Mika. And it is, we said this before the pandemic, that depression, anxiety, mental health challenges was an epidemic moving toward being a pandemic. And the fact that we have a man who was brave enough to talk about this,
exactly,
to seek treatment at a time, I guarantee you, when so many other people say, oh, we can't do this, this is too important, that's too important. The message that this sends, not only to Democrats, not only to progressives, not only to liberals, but to conservatives, to Republicans, to people all across the ideological spectrum out there who are suffering from depression,
exactly,
who are suffering from anxiety, who are suffering from mental health challenges. This sends a great message. And I hope, I hate to use the word, I hope it's a learning experience. The phrase, it sounds trite, but
no,
it should be a learning experience for us. And it should send a message out to Americans. It's okay to get out there and tell people you're struggling. It's okay.
So even more so, I want to go further with that, because a lot of people will go, oh, well, he had to check in. God forbid, he had to check in somewhere.
Good.
He was gone for 44 days. He was in. That's exactly how you treat mental health, especially clinical depression, especially if it's grave, if it's at very high levels. And here's what happens. I'm not saying this is what happened in the senator's case, because I don't know. But often you go in and you get therapy and you work with therapists, but you're also trying out medications that can help address the depression. And often, because they have so many now, there are medications that can exactly match up with you. And you can, as John Fetterman found, after it takes a month or two for the medication to see if it's working, if it's a good fit, right, you can really live a normal life. Sometimes it takes a while to find the right one, and that's a reality of it. Going in to get treated in a hospital for mental health is not the stigma that it used to be. It's because you're trying out medications, right, and you're working with the proper doctors to get back in line. Well, it's great.
They can observe you instead of you getting help for depression, continuing to struggle with it, going in, seeing a psychiatrist, having some pills thrown at you, seeing if it works here. He went in, he got supervised.
Totally dealt with it.
And I will say, for people like myself, I've never really suffered from depression, the kind that is deep and internal and not impacted.
Clinical.
It's clinical, not impacted by outside circumstances. But over the past 20, 30 years, I've walked through with friends, with loved ones who do struggle with depression. And it is a daily battle. It is a daily battle that all of us need to be sensitive to. And I'll tell you, some people I've talked to will say that it's a battle to get in the shower in the morning, to get out of the shower, to put one foot in front of the other. And I gotta say, I go away from people who've struggled with clinical depression and who walk through it every day. And I actually think these people are heroes, that what they battle through every day and contribute to this country. And so, again, I'm grateful, Jonathan Lemire, that we have somebody who's at a very high level in American politics that's gone in for treatment, hasn't been worried about what people might say about it. He's been worrying about himself.
Where did he go?
And I know that sometimes you get shy, Jonathan
And you
Lemire,
don't wanna be
and
on
you don't want
camera.
to talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's why we're here. We're saying,
We're back.
face up to it, Jonathan Lemire. You got to talk about it. You can't run away from this anymore.
I think
no,
we're
I'm just
back. There
joking,
we go.
Jonathan. Are we back? All right, there we go. All right.
Yeah, no, but Joe, you make such an important point. And I have, and my loved ones, my family, it's mental history of mental illness, a history of depression. I have seen firsthand
Mine too.
what a challenge it is for people, and it is. The senator deserves so much credit, and to go seek treatment so early in he had just been elected. And there were people who were saying, well, no, you can't do this now. This is a bad idea. This will finish your term before you even start. And the senator and his family and his close staff all said, no, what's more important here is of course, that he gets the help that he needs, but secondly, that he can then be an example, show people that this is something we are talking about. And I will say, it is really refreshing in the last year, a couple years in particular, and especially in recent months, how mental health has become something that has become part of the national political discourse. It's an issue that Washington really shied away from for a long time, and that's no longer the case. And kudos to the senator for the role he's played in that, and we, of course, continue to hope that he does well.
I just
again-
hope more Americans have access to the kind of care he had, because it's badly needed, especially with our young people.
And that's a message. That's a message, again, not just to Democrats or progressives. That's a message to Republicans, to conservatives. It is critical that we fund mental health in a dramatic way, in a way that we've not done yet, but in a way that we need to, because ideology, depression doesn't care about your ideology. Mental health doesn't care about your ideology or who you voted for in elections 2 years ago. It impacts everybody. And we really need Congress. We need the president. We need everybody stepping forward and helping Americans out, especially in rural America, where there's not as many treatment options for mental health.